Good day, everyone, and welcome to Journey of the Anointed with Mr. Buzz. So last night, about, what was it? It was around 10 after 1 a.m. I'm asleep, and I was suddenly awakened. And the jingly, jingly, jingly sounds were so loud, I was like, whoa, what's going on? Not only were they really loud, but I felt it unlike ever before. It was unbelievable. A good feeling, not a bad one. It was just... I made a video the other day called Peace That Surpasses All Understanding. It was that feeling extremely strong. Okay, it was just, whoa. And it just kept going. It didn't stop. It just kept going. As much as I wanted to just lay there and bask in it, I had to get up. Wow, okay. I knew I couldn't sleep anymore. So I got up. I did my usual routine. Usually I don't get up till 3 or a little after. So now, no, I'm up at a little after 1, and that's it. That's it for the night. I wasn't able to sleep anymore. So I did my prayers, and I did my prostrations, my worship, everything. Read the Bible a little bit. Then finally, I said, okay, I got to crack open YouTube and see what's going on. I crack open YouTube and all different channels. Some of the same ones that I've always seen, but a whole bunch of new ones that I never saw before. Whole bunch of brand new messages that I'd never seen before. So my YouTube changed as well. So I don't know if this is something everybody experienced, but it was completely a huge change in everything for me. And this jingle, 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 it's still going right now. It hasn't stopped. It's now almost 12, so it's almost 12 hours later. But 11 hours later, and it's still, it's so loud in here. Just this jingle sound. A friend of mine the other day called it a glistening. That's one way to, another person called it a sparkly sound. I'm going with jingle. It's like, it reminds me of that song, like it spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. It's just constantly, and the frequency is changing. It's going up and a little higher and then a little lower, and it's all over the place. And I can feel everything it's doing. It's somebody out there's got to be feeling this. Please leave me a comment. Let me know. I'm not the only one experiencing this. And for the days leading up to today, so today's the 13th of March, a whole bunch of my videos popping up in my feed. The 13th of March is going to change your life. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be the most important day of your life ever. There's going to be a shift on the 13th of March. Just video after video about it. Obviously, something happened. Obviously, it was real. And all the people doing prophetic words saying, the Lord is moving. He's moving on the earth right now. He's going to do two things. He's going to cause chaos and destruction. And for the righteous, for the meek who shall inherit the earth, he's going to start pouring out blessings. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about being filled with the Holy Spirit. I'm sure I was last night. I'm sure that's one of the things that took place. Because I haven't felt the same since. I feel completely different. I feel completely renewed, much stronger, much more positive, much stronger faith. This is just crazy. I can hardly believe it. I can hardly believe it. I went for a walk this morning. Doesn't matter where I go, the same sound is going everywhere. I'm not even sure it's in the air. It's in me, I think. The sound is but I don't know. Is everybody else hearing it too? Please leave me a comment. Let me know. Just wild. And yesterday, something happened that, well, I've talked a lot about animals and how God will use animals to give me a sign or speak to me somehow. Well, boy, he sure did yesterday. So I go downtown for a walk every day, a couple times a day actually, and I take the Bible. I started taking the Bible the last couple times, and there's a bench there, and this busy street corner, I sit there and I read the Bible. And I finished reading John yesterday. I'm into Acts now, the Acts of the Apostles. So I'm sitting there reading my Bible. It's a pretty nice day, but it's kind of cold, but not too bad of a day. I'm sitting there, and I got my coffee beside me. I'm sipping that. There's this woman. She's a short, round woman, and she's got this big dog. And when I say big, okay, the biggest dog I've ever known personally was a Rottweiler that my parents' neighbors had, and it was 149 pounds at its biggest. They used to weigh it all the time. Got up to 149 pounds, this thing was. Big old head on it. I mean, it was a big dog. This dog yesterday, no word of a lie, it was so much bigger than that 149-pound Rottweiler I used to know. This thing had to be over 200 pounds. It was just a massive, massive dog. And when I first walked down there, she's cleaning up its poop, okay? And it's a pile of poop this big. It's this mound. And she's got you know how usually you see a dog owner with one bag pickup? Nope. She's got a whole handful of bags. This thing is like a horse, okay? It's a huge dog. I don't know what kind it is. It kind of looks similar to a Rottweiler, but it was a light brown color, like a beige, brownish fur on it, and just big and muscly and huge. It was just, I couldn't believe the size of it. So I'm sitting there, and she's all done cleaning up its mess. I'm reading the Bible. She's trying to go by me. That dog don't care about anyone else on the street. We're in a busy downtown street corner. That dog doesn't care about anyone else but me. It is not taking no for an answer. It wants to make friends with me, and that's all there is to it. So I don't know the dog, so this thing is big enough it could eat me in one gulp, and I'd be gone. So it's pulling her. She's trying with all her might to stop it. No way. It's dragging her across. Her feet are literally dragging across. And I just looked at her. I said, "Is he friendly?" She's like, "Oh yeah." I said, "Good thing," because that thing was so big. And he just lunged at me. He's right in my lap. I've got a 200 and some pound dog. I had to put the Bible down. He knocked my coffee over. I'm like, whoa. And this thing is just adoring me and wrapping its paws around me. And there was nothing I could do. I mean, it mauled me to pieces. And she's trying to get it off of me. And I'm like, it's okay. But it really wasn't, because it was just way too big. She's never done this before. I don't know. And this is what animals do. There's 200, 300 people around us. This dog doesn't care about anyone else. This dog is only interested in me. And not only interested, I could have taken that dog and said, I'm the new owner, and taken it home, and it would have went with me. No question about it. Would have just said goodbye to its owner and not even cared. She had some time getting that dog to leave. I thought I was going to have to go and take off, because the dog would not take no for an answer. It wanted to be with me regardless, of what she said. So this has happened before, this same exact thing, but never. Actually, another dog almost as big did this one time, and it was in an apartment I was in for the first time. I met these new people, friends. I was with friends of mine, and they took me to friends of theirs, and there was this big dog. And as soon as I went in, the dog did exactly what this one did, and it wrapped itself around me, and it actually threatened anybody that came near me. It decided I was this new owner. And the owner of the dog got actually very upset with me, as if I did something. I didn't do anything. I just sat there. I was sitting on the floor, and this dog was guarding me and wouldn't even let anybody near me. She's like, "This is weird. He doesn't really do this ever." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just sitting here. I'm not doing anything." But animals will do this with me. Cats do it too. It doesn't matter, even birds. It doesn't matter what kind of animal it is. They're just, like everybody likes to think the animals are drawn to them. You'd have to see this to believe it. It's certain ones will not take no for an answer. And I've come to believe that it's God. I heard messages on YouTube the last couple of days that God was going to give me some signs, and I thought, one of them's going to come from an animal, because it always does. And there it was. That was the sign from an animal. Big, massive dog that weighed as much as a horse. It definitely weighed more than me. This dog was over 200 pounds, easily. So that was my interesting experience yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, I'd be very interested in hearing what anybody has to say about the jingle, jingle, jingle in the air. Somebody else has to hear it. It's so loud right now, I can't even believe what I'm hearing. It's blowing my mind and feeling it as I hear it. So please leave me a comment. Somebody tell me what you're hearing today and when it started. Because I'm in Canada and what do they call it? Eastern Standard Time, I think we're on. I think that's whatever it is in Ontario. You have to look it up if you want to see. Around 10 after 1 is when it woke me up, I believe. It might have been 1:11 actually. I think it was 1:11 now that I think of it, which is a pretty significant number actually. And yeah, it is so loud. It is just, and the frequency is going up and down and up and down, and it's making me feel. I got dizzy going up and down the stairs last night. It's so intense, whatever it's doing. It's just wild, but not in a bad way. It's all good. It's all good. It's improved my mood immensely. I can't even believe the way I feel since it started. So I will leave it there, and I look forward to your comments. Please let me know if anybody is experiencing it. I think what it is Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life, our Lord of Lords, our King of Kings.